Okay, guys, what we got here then? The rods of God. That's right. I thought a nice picture there for you of the famous House of Commons, Big Ben. Don't know what can happen to Big Ben. I wonder. Right, just watched the video. Believe it or not, very interesting. This guy's not uploaded for 5 months, and we put this video up tonight of an interview with a guy who's talking about something that he's seen in 1980 when he was a teenager, and I don't think he should have seen it. Anyway, in the video, he talks about new weapons, like space wars and all the rest of the stuff. And then he started talking about these fighter jets, and one of them, gee, Willie's going to love this. It's called a Spidercraft. I'm like, what? And he also wanted to describe an F-22, 8th generation fighter craft that's been modified or something like that. And the wings have been brought closer together. Now, I can't remember who it was, but if it was Joseph or another subscriber who uploads the same kind of stuff, seeing these weird looking things, and I zoomed in, and it looked like a plane with the wings folded in, just like this guy's describing now. And I can't for the life of me find the photographs that are took, but oh yeah, it's a bit like this. I drew a picture. This is what's on one of the guys' channels that I follow. I closed it up, zoomed it in. It's just a white thing shooting across the sky. You know the ones? And I want to slow it down. Look, kind of had this kind of shape. And when I'm listening to this guy, he describes this stealth jet thing that can cloak itself and do all these unbelievable things. And it sounded very familiar what he was describing, was what I've seen and what other people have seen. But when he describes that plane with the wings folded in, I'm like, oh yeah. And I've looked at a few sites at this jet and stuff like that. Quite fascinating. He also mentions the rods of God. Basically, they've got like a satellite, if you say, with these tungsten rods on it that can travel at so many miles an hour and they build up kinetic energy, etc, etc, etc. And remember the Lebanon explosion? Well, there were some videos out there showing something coming down from the sky on the left hand side, coming in at about 11 o'clock. You see it clear as anything. And he's saying that this is one of these rods. When you listen to it, you think, oh yeah. But yeah, when he was a kid, he went around someone's house and there was... Anyway, you just have to watch it. Or listen to it, should I say. I should have got you a timestamp, but it is what it is. And he's seen something he shouldn't have done. And this was in 1980. And this weapon development started around 1947, which was the year Aleister Crowley died and the year before Trump was born. So, they've got technology 100 years ahead of time. You have to kind of like come to that conclusion, especially America, especially with Operation Paperclip after World War II, when all the German UFO experts and everything else, they all went to America. There you go. Yeah, but I've got some really other important news, guys. Something's more important than rods of God, stuff like that. I was watching mainstream TV today for the first time. I can't remember when. I thought I'd have a look what's going on. And it was breakfast. And on there you've got Michael Lavelle, which is Kevin Webster out of Coronation Street. And you've got the wee Scottish lady, you know, what's her name? I can't remember her name. Anyway, she's interviewing Lavelle. It looks like he's just come out of a crack den. And guess what? It's Coronation Street's 60-year anniversary. That's right, the 60-year anniversary. Started in 1960. On the 9th of the 12th, 1960. And she asked him, how many barmaids did the Rovers Return have in that time? So he says, shall. I think it's 64 shall. Anyway, it's not. She corrected him. It's 66. Would you believe? 60 friggin' 6 barmaids. 60 years. Started in 1960. Someone is having a laugh. Come on, 66 barmaids. And you could tell when he said it, I'm sure he was lying, because he knew anyway. Because when she said it, he tried to look a bit, you know, whatever, but I'm thinking, what is going on? I was out today, planting seeds. I marched into a big department store. I won't say the name, because there's other big department stores out there. And everyone in there had a mask on. I was walking around, I was not happy. And I mean everyone. I walked around the whole of the bottom floor. No, it's only me. And I thought, oh my days. So I went out to the girl on the makeup counter. Can't see her face anymore. Just eyes without a face, Billy Idol. I said, hello, my love. I asked her about her mask and why she's wearing it. Cut a long story short. She said, it's law. I said, no, it isn't. And I said, look, it's on the website, right. I said, so why are you wearing it if it's not law? She said, well, it is law. I said, I've just told you it isn't. And then she said, well, I'm wearing it because everybody else is, or something like that. And she said, anyway, my dad died 2 days ago of COVID. And I thought, oh, here we go. Next minute, security. I'm not joking. I said, what are you calling security for? So I just told you it's not illegal. Anyway, everyone's listening. And I'm not happy. I said, it's not illegal. Go on the government website. I said, it's also been downgraded on March the 19th, 2020, etc. And I said, get a security guard then. So I hung around. And while I'm hanging around, this woman walks in the shop with no mask on. With her son who's got a mask on. And she walked in and went, oh, all right, love. I said, you're not wearing a mask. She said, no, I'm bloody not. I'm not being muzzled. And there she is with her son with a mask on. Anyway, so the security guard comes over. And I said, it's not illegal. He had to agree with me. He knew that it wasn't a law that I had to wear one. And he's going, oh, yeah, you know. I said, well, she shouldn't be telling people that it's against the law when it isn't. You know. Anyway, I shouted it all over the whole shop so everyone could hear me. I told him about down classified. There's a long list as long as your arm. You don't have to wear one because I can't frigging breathe. It distresses me out. And everyone was listening, I promise you. And then I went and seen this young lad with his mask on with his mum. And she's on the phone and I spoke to him and I made him take his mask off. And he took it off in the end. This way, he pulled it down over his nose. I said, no, you've got to get it all off. And he took it off and then his mum come off the phone and said, there you go, look, that's better, innit? She said, yeah, it bloody is. I said, if I see him running with it again, I said, I'll give him a slap. She said, I will myself. But everybody else in the shop, the 50 people, just carried on wearing it. Not one person said anything. I mean, it's a crazy situation where they're listening to the news, but they don't bother accessing their own government website where their own health secretary declassified it from a high consequence to a low consequence. And they're standing around with nappies on their face, acquiescing. You'd be surprised how many people don't even know what that word means. Honestly. This is amazing. Apart from that, I've had a blinder. I've been a bit tired today. I've had a few sleeps because I don't go to bed like normal people do. I get up and down, up and down, up and down. I sleep when I like, I get up when I like. But it's not much today. It's been a really heavy fog, freezing, bitter cold. I've not seen the sky, the sun, the moon, nothing at all. And that's it. Signing off. Nothing else to see here. But I tell you what, I went out today with my full-on winter garb, if you like. Just going to look outside. No, can't see nothing. Fully thermaled up and everything. And it was cold. I kid you not. It was still cold. I had gloves on, hat, thermals, everything I've got. And it was cold. And all I can think about is the electric going and no heating. All I can say is make sure you got gloves and socks and loads of woolly hats. If you lose the heat out of your extremities, if an event like this happens, the chances of getting them back again are warm. I don't know how you're going to do it. Well, there's no electric and no hot water and nothing to keep you warm, to warm them back up. Only someone actually grabbing hold of your toe and putting it in their mouth and breathing on it. So I really would. I've ordered some thermals socks off the internet, best ones I can find. And I've got a couple of pairs of tights, 15 denier. I'm going to get some more. I need thicker ones than that. Anyway, peace out. It ain't over yet, guys. The rod of God. Whatever next. I'll leave the links.